Hello. Who is here? Let me see. Oops, my screen is so wide I can't see. Good morning, Nancy and Pat and Michael. How are you, Joanne? Wow, you're back. Wow. Yeah, Joanne, a lot of people have been getting COVID for maybe even the first time, even if they're boosted, vaxxed, and all of that stuff. Which is really interesting and really having a hard time. So, what I'm noticing is all the people that have been avoiding it and not getting it, that have taken all the precautions, whatever that means, avoiding things, getting vaccinated, boosted, are getting sick and having a really hard time with it. So, it's really knocking people out. I actually had it in January. That was my second time. And for me, I think because I was on an extremely healthy diet, I was on an alkalizing diet, eating nothing but vegetables, and I took a lot of supplements as well. Maybe that's what for me got rid of it. But my husband still is battling with it, and it's been almost 2 months. So it's definitely um, crazy. Yeah. Well, I'm glad to have you back. But yeah, sorry to hear that because it's definitely, I mean, you're probably like the seventh or eighth person that's told me this, and it's crazy. Um, Boosted. Yeah, I knew that's what you meant, not bolstered. Well, actually, I have a bolster today for my practice. Hi, Carolyn. Good morning. All right, so preserve your energy, Joanne. Do what you can because your internal body cellular energy is needed for the immune system. And that's why we get so fatigued when we're sick, because the internal energy the immune system uses the internal energy to fight off whatever it's fighting off. So today is the last class of this session, and then we're off next week. So, if there isn't anything in particular that any of you wanted to focus on, and if you do, please tell me, then I am going to focus on, total body and moving our joints and strength. Do what's appropriate for your body. If today's a day that you have a lot to give, great. And if it's a day that you can't, then that's great too. Any movement is good movement. Any strength is good that you bring into your body. So do what you can. It's about managing functional body, keeping your body mobile for the rest of your life. That's really so do what's appropriate for you. I'll go back. Definitely chilly here. Definitely chilly, or I'm feeling chilly. So today's a little colder, and because it is a little colder, I want to prepare for that. It's really important when you practice yoga, because yoga is about mind-body connection. It's important that you minimize distractions, whatever they may be. So whether it's sound around you, the clothes that you're wearing, if they're restrictive or loose fitting, whatever. And so for me right now, temperature-wise, it's a little chilly. So I want to minimize the distraction of trying to quiet my mind, trying to stay in tune with my body to stay safe as I move. I want to minimize the mental aspects. I want to minimize the feeling cold and that being a distraction for me. So I have a few extra props here. You could do this if you want, but I just like to show you. I'm not going to come all the way down to the ground because the ground feels really cold to me. So I'm going to use a elevation from the ground. I have a bolster and a block. You may have blankets or pillows, something to elevate you away from the ground if you wanted to do this. Later on, we're going to need the strap and the block, so have those handy. Okay, so the block there. And then I'm using 2 blankets because I am a little cold. I'm going to put one at the top. That'll be to fill in the space of my neck. And then this other one I'm going to put on my body when I come down. So I like to begin the practice often with chest opening of some sort, some kind of supported back bend, because it is something that's very therapeutic for our body, something that all of us need really more of because our lifestyle is so forward. So I'm going to put my props like this. You choose to do whatever is appropriate for you. And then I've got my slippers, and I'm going to keep them on for right now. We'll see what happens. But really, again, it's about minimizing distractions. So I'm going to put the blanket on myself. And if coming down to the ground is not appropriate for you in the beginning of the practice, then you could stay in a seated position. So you don't have to do what I'm doing. This is a moment of let's start the practice. Let's take your mind from 100 miles a minute and slow it down. So you could be right here, right now. So finding whatever is the appropriate position for you, get yourself into it. When you come down, depending on what's going on, you may need or want to move your head side to side. And if you are feeling cold, maybe moving your arms, taking your arms out to the side, moving your arms up and down, and at first going a little quick so that you get some heat to generate in your body. Or maybe for you today, being still is what your body wants or needs. Your practice. Palms are up towards the sky. Maybe moving your arms up and down, getting some blood to flow, some heat to generate. And do whatever you need. Let's prepare our mind. Let's get rid of stress or tension. Take your hands and reach into the air. Reach into the air like you're grabbing for thoughts, for worry, for fear, for whatever it is. Just grab into the air and then hold it close to you. Take a big inhale. Release it with the exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. And 1 more time. Bring yourself to a place of stillness. Bring your hands wherever they feel the most comfortable, down at the sides or on the belly. Now is the time for yoga. Let your mind settle, let your body settle. And let's do a humming breath today. The buzzing of the bees, the Brahmari breath, can be very calming for the mind. Also gives your mind a lot to focus on. If you find yourself in a place of distraction and you really need to disrupt your thoughts to come to the present moment. So the humming breath, the mouth is closed, and on the exhale, you hum. So we'll do that. You'll do a couple of rounds of humming on the exhale, letting that breath leave your body. Mouth is closed. Notice the hum. Let your awareness be in the mind. So we're going to do a couple of rounds, maybe 5 breaths like this. Exhale to prepare. Inhale.
When you finish your 5 breaths, pay attention to how you're feeling. How does your head feel, your mind, your throat, your chest, your body? Bring your awareness to your eyes. Let your eyes stay closed or open, up to you. Bring your awareness to your hands, your fingers, wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, moving your body. We're going to come to seated. I want you to take your time. So come onto the side. If you are elevated, you could go down onto the ground or stay pretty high. So it's an easier, shorter distance to come up. And then when you're ready, bringing yourself up, let your eyes open if they haven't already, and notice the effects of that breath, the pranayama, the Brahmari, buzzing of the bees. So that was 5 breaths. I have to say that for myself right now, I feel very relaxed. That does something so profound to my head, makes me probably one of the quickest ways that I could feel this heavy in my mind right now, or in my head. And I was pretty distracted by being cold to begin with, and my hands still feel cold. So that's really, the more you can give your mind to do, and that's what the breath work, the mantras, the meditation is all about, managing mental energy. So some of them are more powerful than others. I like to share a lot of different ones with you so that you have all of these tools in your toolbox. So let's prepare our space for movement. Clear your space in whatever way you need. And bring your blanket onto the ground. Now, when it is colder, you want to use big body muscles, lots of movement, lots of muscles to warm up your body. So if you find yourself cold, do something to increase your circulation. Take your hands wide, start to push your body all over the place, sides, back, front, diagonal. Just start to move around in your joints and feel this. Spread your fingers a lot and push the fingertips into the ground. And do a really big movement. Go in circular patterns if that feels good for your body. Moving around your joints, creating lubrication in the joints. And then bring yourself back to center. Pointer fingers are forward, hands are forward. Let's push the pelvis back, bend the waist, let the forehead come to the ground. And then bring yourself forward, let the pelvis come towards the ground. Moving through a up dog and a puppy posture. Keep your arms straight if you can. Feel the movement in the shoulders. Go a little faster. Generate some heat. Make sure that the flowing through the hips and the shoulders is okay, that the belly feels okay with this deep stretch. And then bring yourself into puppy dog. Stay here. Forehead is on the ground, or get the block and let your head rest on the block.
Arms are straight. Push your heart towards the ground. Push your armpits towards the ground. Feel a pretty strong stretch in the chest, muscles. Try to touch your heart to the floor. Take one more breath. And then walk your hands over to the right. Walk them over to the right. Let your head rest on your left arm. Push your hips to the left. Feel that strong stretch down the left side of your body. Keep pushing your heart towards the ground. And the left armpit towards the ground. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself to the other side, walking over to the left. Let your head rest on your right arm. Push your hips to the right. Push your heart towards the ground, hips to the right, head is on the right arm. Feel that strong stretch down the right side. And then bring yourself back to center. Push your heart towards the ground. Try to let your heart touch the ground. Take one more breath. Leading with your head, bring yourself up. Bring yourself all the way onto your shins, working to develop heat in the body. Take your hands down alongside your body. Exhale. Inhale, let your arms come up. Stretch your body here. Reach your fingers. Feel the stretch in the belly. And then exhale, chin to chest. Hands come down. Inhale. And exhale. See if you can let your fingertips touch overhead if your shoulders are healthy enough to do that. Then bring yourself up. Take your arms here in a scarecrow arm position. Posture, really important for healthy aging. Bring your arms to the sides. If you can bring your arms up, try that. And then exhale, bring your arms down towards your waist. Inhale up, exhale down. Stay up here, bring your legs together. A little more challenging for balance if they're together. And if you need them to be apart, keep them apart. When you inhale, your shoulder blades slide up. When you exhale, slide your shoulder blades down, slide them towards each other, and then down towards the pelvis. So the awareness is on the shoulder blades. Inhale up, and exhale, shoulder blades are down towards each other, towards the pelvis. Push your hands back. Try to keep your hands alongside your body as opposed to being forward. Try to keep the hands alongside the body. Really slide those shoulder blades towards each other and then down towards the pelvis. Push your heart forward. Keep the shoulder blades on the back of your body. Heat developing, muscular work. Do what's appropriate for you. Now stay here, stay up. Push your elbows back, push your hands back. Squeeze your tushy and point your tail down. Lift your heart. Feel length in the front. Feel that tension in the back, the upper back and neck. You're strengthening your postural muscles. Push your arms back, push your hands back. Slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Slide them down towards the pelvis. Take one more breath. And then release. Let go. Let's come into a camel posture. This is a back bend. Take your block, bring your block in between your ankles, and then squeeze the block. Squeeze the block, squeeze the tushy, draw the tailbone down. We're going to bend the upper spine up here. You want to make sure that you don't do too much in this part of your spine. Try to bend this next part of your spine. So your hands can be clasped. You could hold on to your elbows, or you could take your fists and push your fists onto your pelvis or the heel of the hand onto the pelvis, trying to move the pelvis down to get this posterior tilt in the pelvis and free up, relax the belly. Do not contract your tummy. You want your tummy, the front of the body lengthens in the camel posture. This is a supported back bend. Take the heel of your hand or your fist, press it into the top of your pelvis or clasp your hands, squeeze the block, squeeze your tushy so you could find that movement in your body, and then press your heart up, slide your shoulder blades back towards each other and the elbows as well. Camel, really create as much tension as you can here. Don't just come into it and hang out. Come into it, find it, and keep it. Keep pushing your shoulder blades towards each other. Keep pushing the shoulder blades forward. Lift your heart. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. Come to sit on your block. So come to sit on your block, or if that's uncomfortable for you, sit in a crisscross leg position. Take your arms out to the side, bring your fingertips to your shoulders, and then open. Fingertips to shoulders. Bring your fingertips to your shoulders, elbows are up and down. Try to keep your elbows along the side of your body. So trying to stretch the muscles of posture, getting the shoulder blades to go up and down the body, lubricating your shoulders, noticing what you notice here. Let's bring the elbows forward, bring the elbows up, let the throat follow, throat opens, out, back, and down. Together, up, back, and down. Close your eyes, feel your neck moving, feel your belly stretch, feel the shoulders move, feel the shoulder blades gliding along the back of the upper part of your back. One more, make it really big. And then bring yourself back to center. Tension may have developed in your neck, so let's stretch the neck. Let's go side to side. So keep your chin, don't let your chin go up. You're not trying to go up, you're not trying to get the ear to touch the shoulder. Don't get focused on that. You're bending your head side to side. You're lengthening one side of your neck, all 7 vertebrae here. You're creating space there, and then on the other side. Let your head go up through the middle and to the side. So upper back and neck tension develops from all the sitting that we do. Then we pinch nerves. And actually in the cervical spine, cervical 3, 4, and 5 is where the phrenic nerve, for the diaphragm, primary breathing muscle. So really important that this part of your body is free and unobstructed. Bring yourself back to center. Also the spine, this is where a lot of blood vessels and a lot of nerves branch off of the spine from the central nervous system. So we want to make sure that we have this healthy flowing upper body. Chin is parallel towards the ground. Let your head look side to side. Only your head is moving, not your torso. And then bring yourself back to center. Keep your teeth together. Inhale. And as you exhale, let your chin go straight down towards your chest. Inhale, let your chin come forward and up. Exhale down. Inhale forward and up. Let your elbows be underneath your shoulders. Try to go to the full range of motion where you feel the stretch on the front, the stretch on the back. And then bring yourself back to center. Just really important for self-care to pay attention to this part of your body. There's such a breakdown that happens up here. And then it happens in the shoulders and it happens in the spine. So really paying attention to that. Let's strengthen our shoulders. Now, anything I do, if you need to modify accordingly. The higher you lift your arms, the straighter you lift your arms, the more tension and pressure and strength it brings into the shoulders. If you're not able to do that and you need to be here or have bent elbows, that's fine. You need to do what you need to do for your body. We're going to move the shoulder around. We're going to strengthen the rotator cuff that holds the shoulder in place. Take your arms out to the front. Let's do little circles forward. So start with really little circles, as if your fingers were in finger paint and you had a paper that you were making little circles with your fingers on the paper. Straight arms. Close your eyes. Do you feel both sides equally making the same size? Do you feel tension in one shoulder versus the other? And open your eyes if you'd like, or keep them closed and start to go a little bit bigger. Noticing where the tension is developing for you. And go a little bigger. Try to keep your arms alongside you, not too far in the front. You're going forward with your circles. Get a little bigger. A little bigger. Slow, go slow. Slower is harder. Slower is more work, more strength. Push your tailbone into the block. Bigger. One more, and then let yourself rest. Close your eyes, bring your awareness to your shoulders. And then open your eyes. We're going to go the other directions. We're going to go backwards. Take your arms out to the side. Little circles back. Let your head be long. Tailbone is pressing into the block. Arms are alongside your body. Bring your awareness to your fingertips, like you have finger paint, making circles. And embrace the feelings of tension and of work. Lift your heart, lengthen your spine. And start going a little bigger with your circles. Down with your tailbone, long with your spine, heart lifted. Bigger circles. And then one more. Bring yourself to rest. Close your eyes. Let your awareness go to your upper back, your neck, your shoulders, noticing all those muscles you just worked. And gently blink your eyes open. Let's stretch the neck. Take your hands. You're going to clasp your hands behind your head. Let your elbows go wide. Inhale. As you exhale, let your elbows come towards each other and just your chin goes down towards your chest. So the rest of your spine doesn't bend. Inhale. Explore where you have tightness. Explore where you have a stretch. Keeping yourself mobile is important for healthy, pain-free joints. One more. Bring yourself back to center. So let's do a little with rotation. Let's come up to kneeling, take the block away, come all the way up here. So with rotation, when your body moves, that's a spinal movement. And we have the hip lights forward, the heart lights are forward, and then we have the eyes, right? So the eyes, the heart, and the hips. So let's first let the eyes go to the side, where the heart light and the hip light stays forward. Now let's let the eyes and the heart light go to the side. So you're going to look a little farther, but your hip lights stay forward. Notice now that you feel those rotational trunk muscles, the belly, the back. Now let your hips go. So let you go a little farther. Just you let your body feel that tension that comes into the body. Let's let the hands help us here. Take your hand up and back, and then up and back. So all of those rotational sports like golf, pickleball, tennis, this is the motion that our body does. It also happens when we garden or when we bend down to get something and we need to reach to the side. So keeping rotation in your body. Let your hand go really high. Let your gaze look at your hand. And then bring yourself back to center. Let's come into a side stretch. So if you can go into a kneeling position, try that. If you need to come in crisscross, go to crisscross. Let's do a lateral movement, side to side. Your hand comes up and over. You can bring your hand onto fingertips like you're holding a frosted cupcake in your hand. When we're in a seated position, we have weight bearing here, so we get a deeper stretch than we would if we were on the ground. And then let your gaze look up on the side of the arm that's lifting so you can actually see. So the arm stays back pretty far. One more each side. And then let's come and stay on one side. Let your gaze be up. Take your hand, bend your hand for a second to make sure your hand is pretty far back. It's not forward. Your arm's back. And then you're reaching. And if this is too much pressure for your head, you could look down towards the ground. You could bend the elbow of the side that you're moving towards. You could push your tushy into your legs, wherever. There's lots of different parts of your body that are going to stretch here. Take one more breath. And then let's bring yourself up and over to the other side, feeling the stretch on this side. So the lateral stretching, when we do side stretching, it's actually great for low back, for those of you with low back issues. So finding the way to side bend that feels safe and healthy for your body is good. Take one more breath and then bring yourself up. So we're going to come up. I'm going to take the socks off because when the soles of the feet can touch the ground, there's something nice about that. So let's come all the way up. Another side bend here is called gate latch posture. This is a side bend. You take your leg out to the side and then you're bending your hips here. So it takes a little while sometimes to bring that into the hip joint. Kind of an unnatural position for that hip. So doing what feels appropriate. And take your hand down your leg, other hand to the side. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale down. The arm that goes into the air, really reach up, push down into that leg. Feel a stretch on that body, that side of your body. Push your hand down your leg, arm up. And then one more. Stay here. Lift your heart. Keep that upper arm along your ear. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. Let's go to the other side. Foot to the side. Hand down your thigh. Let's get your leg to receive this. And then take your hand on your thigh, other hand out. Exhale. Inhale up. Exhale. Noticing here the level of tightness you have in your body. Or maybe this side you're a little more limber. And then maybe noticing that there's two sides. And then we're going to do one more. You're going to come up and hold. Stay here. Reach down with the hand, up with the hand. Tailbone down towards the ground. Lift your heart. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself up, bring yourself out. Let's continue with this side motion, stretching our body and doing a back bend and stretching the side of the body. So bring yourself onto all fours, get your block. Have your right hand down. Your legs are down, the legs are underneath the pelvis. Let the right foot go off to the right. So your knees on the floor, but you're just sliding your leg off to the side. Right leg off to the side. Then bring yourself onto your side, all the way onto the side. You could stay with your block if you're feeling a little uncomfortable with balance, and then lift your leg up, left leg up. Left hand can go up, or you could come into a back bend, bending your left foot closer to your tushy, reaching back. But the only way I want you to grab your foot is if you reach back and it's there, not if you have to bend your body to get towards it. So it doesn't make sense to do that because we're trying to lengthen the spine and come into a back bend. Pulling the heel towards your tushy if you can, or staying here with leg in the air. So either stretching or lifting up against gravity. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. Let's go to the other side. So whatever variation, this is a modified half moon posture. Take your left hand onto the ground, left foot off to the side. Block if you need it, coming onto the side. Bringing your leg up and your arm up. If you're able to bend that foot and it's right near your tushy, you could reach back and grab it without bending your spine, or stay with the leg lifted. Lots of great aspects of this posture. Strength, flexibility. Take one more breath. Bring yourself back into the held version, and then bring yourself out. So today I definitely experienced much more of the neck work that comes with that posture, and probably because we did a lot to begin with that strengthened the upper back and neck. So we've done a lot in the upper back or neck today with strengthening. Take your block off to the side, grab your strap. Let's stretch the upper body a little here. Take the strap up and back if your shoulders will let you. You could either be up like this or you could be in a kneeling position. So choose what's appropriate for you. Go slow it down to see where the nooks and crannies are of tightness in your body or where you may have stickiness in your joints. And then bring yourself up to center. Go a little side to side. Try to keep your spine relatively stable. So don't make this be too big of a move. You're not really trying to keep your spine and trying to really bend that spine. And then bring yourself out. Close your eyes. Notice how your body's feeling. Bring your awareness to your shoulders, your upper back, your neck, your chest. And then open your eyes. So we're going to stay with this rotation because it's really important to maintain this in your body for sports and also for life. So coming onto all fours, let your hands be pretty far forward. You could come up to the tallest part of the block, the middle, or the shortest, depending on your body and what you need. Exhale, inhale to rotate open, exhale back. You might not even need the block. One more. Stay here. Slide that shoulder blade towards the spine, lift the arm. Take one more breath, and then bring yourself down. Let's go to the other side. Hand on the block if you need. Exhale, inhale to rotate open. Exhale back. Feel that stretch in your waist, underneath your ribs, in your low back. One more, you're going to stay open. Stay here. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. Come all the way down. Close your eyes. Bring your awareness to your upper spine, upper back, to your lower back, your waist, your core, your heart. Take one more breath. And then open your eyes. So we're going to do a plank posture. You choose if you want it to be a dolphin or a forearm plank, or if you want to do the full plank, noticing where your wrists are, what your knees are. We'll do a minute plank, and if you need to come down earlier, that's okay. And then when we're in the plank, if you want to do some other things, I'll give some suggestions. Take one foot back and then the other, coming into whatever variation of plank you would like. Then close your eyes, let your body move side to side to find this, moving forward and back. So you get really established in your base, your hands, your feet, pushing through the heels. Feel that stretch in the calves. Push away from the floor with your hands. And then push away from the floor with your feet. If you'd like to explore a 3-legged plank, you could lift one leg up. And then switch. Bring your feet down. Push your hands into the floor, push your feet into the floor. Try to draw them towards each other. Take one more breath. Bring yourself down. Come into puppy dog. So let your hands go forward, let your belly come close to your top thighs, forehead on the ground. Take one more breath. Bring yourself up. So before we come down onto the ground, I'd like you to try a squat. For my podcast, I just interviewed a nurse that's a specialist in pelvic floor, and she was talking about how squatting helps to stretch the pelvic floor and to release some of the tension. So if you are able to come into a squatting position, try this. If your heels can't get down on the ground, you can put your heels onto the blanket. Put your arms on the inside of your knees to push them away. You'll feel the stretch maybe in the Achilles tendon, which is where the heels are, or the calves, or inner thighs. And maybe you're even able to feel some of that release and relief that comes into pelvic floor. Let the hands be to the heart. Spine is nice and long. This is a great way to stretch the spine as well. Tailbone down, crown of the head long. If you are able to come into a squat, if you're standing and your back hurts, it's a nice way to find relief. And when I travel around the world, especially like in India, Bali, I definitely see it happening there. But the times that I'm doing a lot of traveling and I need to just rest my body, coming down into a squat, if it's available to you, is just such a nice relief. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself out. I know it's not available to all, but for those that still have that ability, work to keep it in your body. Let's come down onto the ground. Bring yourself to the side. You're going to take your hand out to the side, bringing yourself all the way down. Blanket is behind your head. Draw your knees into your chest, rocking side to side. Bring your feet onto the ground. Let's get the strap. And look for the loop. If you have a loop, make a loop in your strap. Make it pretty big, a big loop. You're gonna bring your feet through the strap so that when you spread your legs, your feet are still on the mat. Your legs are spread pretty wide here. And then with your blanket underneath your head, minimizing the fold of the blanket. So if you have a big fold, put it down to a really small fold, or take it away altogether if you can. And slide the shoulder blades closer to each other. Arms are down alongside your body. Walk your feet away from your body. Toes are pointing forward. And start to push out on the strap so you feel that activation on the side of your hips. And then start to tilt your pelvis backwards. Tilt your pelvis backwards as you push out on the strap. See if you could rock towards the tailbone and then rock to the sacrum and then press the top edge of the pelvis into the ground and rock towards the tailbone and back towards the top edge of the pelvis, pushing out on the strap. So really strong here. You feel the action inside of the hip joint. Bringing yourself to neutral. Inhale forward to the tip of your tailbone. Exhale back, flatten the back, push your feet into the floor, squeeze the strap, peel your spine away from the ground to about where your heart is, and then let your spine come back down. Go slow here. You push out on the strap, push your feet into the floor, start with a flat and low back, and then peel your spine up and away slowly to the heart, and then back down. Strong hips, strong glutes, strong back. The next time you come up, stay up. Squeeze this into the strap. So push into the strap. Squeeze your tushy, peel your spine away, stay here. Feel the weight of your body in your torso, not in your head or neck. Push out on that strap. Push your feet into the floor. Don't let your legs relax. Keep pushing out on that strap. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself down. Bring your legs closer. Tighten your loop so that your legs are hip distance. Walk your feet closer to your body. Slide the shoulder blades closer to the spine. Arms are down alongside your body. Lift your head, lengthen your neck. Pushing out on your strap, tilt your pelvis back, let your low back touch the ground. Exhale, then inhale, peel your spine up, close your eyes. Feel the spine going higher, higher, higher. So the weight comes to the upper back, and then gently put the spine back down onto the ground, all the way to the tailbone. Move through this movement. Begin by pushing out on the strap, peeling the spine up and away, and then bringing your body back down. Feel the journey in your body. On your next one, you're going to come up and hold. Put as much of a back bend as you can into your body. Use your arms to push away from the ground to support the upper trunk. Deep breaths. Keep pushing into the strap. Push away from the ground. Push your arms into the ground. Take one more breath. And then slowly bring yourself down. Bring the blanket back. Take the strap off. Draw your knees into your chest, rock side to side. Then open your legs into a happy baby to get a lot of low back relief. If you're able to reach up and hold on to your big toes, in between big toe, second toe, only if your legs stay really spread when you do that. If the feet come together, it's not effective. So if you cannot grab your toes wide-legged, then hold on underneath the hamstrings. Let the low back press into the ground. Let your neck be long. And then bring your feet down. Get your block. Bring your block between your legs. Walk your feet to their block distance. Take your hands behind your head. Let your neck be long. Squeeze the block. Inhale. As you exhale, squeeze the block. Activate your core. Push the belly towards the ground. Flatten the low back. Lift the upper body off the floor slowly. Eyes are closed. Feel this happen. Inhale to lower. Exhale, let the low back press into the ground. Inhale to lower. Go slow. Your practice of self-care. One more. Come down onto the ground. Block is between your knees. Let the right leg go up into the air. Take your hand behind your right hand behind your head. Take the left hand on top of the thigh. Squeeze the block, flex the foot. Exhale. Inhale. And as you exhale, lift your body up, slide your fingertips towards your knee, and at the end of your breath, guide the right elbow over towards the left knee. Slowly inhale to lower. Exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. The next time you come up, stay up and pulse. Feel that left waist. And then bring yourself down. Take a break. Close your eyes, catch your breath. Let's go the other side. Left leg lifts. Left hand is behind your head. Right hand goes on top of the thigh. Exhale. Inhale. On the exhale, you do the work. You lift, slide your hand up, and then rotate over. Exhale is the work. Inhale is release. Squeeze the block. And then your next one, you're going to come up and hold. Pulses. And then release. Come down. Close your eyes. Let your feet be wider than your body. Knees fall in towards each other. Hands on your belly. Catch your breath. Let's move on. Take your feet wide, take your arms off to the side. Blanket is underneath your head. Lift your heart, your rib cage, slide the shoulder blades towards each other. Let's do some windshield wiper action. Go slow here. You could actually hold on to the top of your mat. If you hold on to the top of your mat, you could push your legs away from you as you go to the side and really get a deep stretch. The leg that goes into the side, into the middle, try to let that hip joint go straight. So no more bend. Really push that kneecap away from you. Feel that stretch in your body. Next time your legs go to the right, let them stay there. Stretch that left hand, let your head go to the left. Reach through the heel of the hand, reach through the left knee. Lengthen the side of your body. Breathe to the left side of your body. Let's go to the other side. Right knee comes in, right hand reaches away from you. Try to unbend that right hip, right kneecap away. Flex the wrist. Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back to center. Walk your feet towards your body. Draw your knees in. And let's bend and unbend the legs. Reach through the heel to get a lot of stretch to come into the back of your leg. Center of the heel is up towards the sky. Unbend the knee. Both feet at the same time. Let your legs be in the air. Strongly point your feet so you feel that stretch coming down the front of the foot, maybe even down into your shins, into your toes. Then strongly push the heel up towards the sky so you feel that stretch into the back of the legs, maybe by the heel. Inhale to point, exhale to flex. Now let one go into a flex and one into a point. Really be strong here. So you feel like you're in honey and there's resistance as you move into this. And bring your legs apart. Let's do circles, slow circles. In one direction and then in the other. Then draw the knees into your chest. Go side to side. Get your strap. Bring both feet up. Put your feet in the strap, so the arches. Take the strap a little bit about body distance. Your feet are body distance. You can wrap your hands around the strap. Soles of the feet are up towards the sky. And then guide the legs slowly towards the wall behind you. The straighter the legs are, the deeper the stretch. in different areas. If they're bent, it goes more into the belly of the muscle. If they're straight, you're gonna be pulling on bones a little bit more near the joints. So just see what feels appropriate for you. Legs are going towards the wall behind you, low back presses into the Take one more breath. And then bring yourself back up. Come to a wide straddle, whatever your strap will let you go, however far, coming into a stretch that feels appropriate for your inner thighs. Let the soles of the feet be straight up towards the sky. And from here, guide the legs back towards the wall behind you, feeling the stretch in a different part of the hamstring muscles. Take one more. And then bring your legs a little closer. Now bend the knees and draw the knees towards the shoulders. This is the happy baby posture. Presses the low back into the ground, stretches the inner thighs, hamstrings. Legs are pulling back towards the wall and down towards the ground. Take one more breath. And bring your feet up. Hold on to your strap. Bring the strap to the top part of your widest part of your foot. Try to unbend your knees and then bend. Unbend and bend. Feel that going all the way down to the glutes. One more. And then take the strap off, draw the knees into your chest, rock side to side. So we're going to come into Shavasana, posture of integration. Get whatever you need for your Shavasana. If it's cold, get your socks, your slippers, your blanket. Get whatever you need. You want to be comfortable when you're in Shavasana so you can relax and let go. Stay connected to your breath. 내 맘에 약함에 고민돼 못 갔네 그날의 아파해 가리양 내 맘에 약함에 고민돼 못 갔네 우다래 아파해 가리양 네 맘에 약함에 고민돼 못 갔네 우다래 아파해 가리양 네 맘에 약함에 고민돼 못 갔네 우다래 아파해 가리양 내 맘에 약함에 고민돼 못 갔네 우다래 아파해 가리양 내 맘에 약함에 Gently begin to deepen your breath. Start to bring movement into your fingers, your toes. Let your awareness go into your body, noticing what you notice. Bring your knees into your chest. Come onto your side. And then pushing yourself up to a seated or a kneeling position. Take your hands, rub your hands together, bring your hands to your heart, press your heart to your hands to your heart. Nice long spine. We'll close with sound, a humming sound. Take an exhale. Inhale. Bowing in gratitude. Namaste. So we are off next week. Do something. I have lots of recorded classes. Even if you can't do a live class, do a recorded class. Stay on top of your practice, on top of your body, because it needs you to. So thank you so much for those of you that were here. I would say today had some strength in it for sure. So I hope that was okay, and hope that's okay for you, Joanne. I hope you feel better, and hopefully that's it. Now you have major immunity, and that'll be it for you. All right, so have a great day, and look for my email on Monday for those of you on my email list. I'm a speaker in a summit for natural approaches to osteoporosis and bone health. And so when you get my email, sign up for that. It's a free summit that you can come to. So sign up through my email link, please. And I'll be speaking. It's not for another month, but the signups are now. Great. Thanks, Carolyn. Thank you, Nancy. Oh, that's good. I love the modification, Nancy. Wherever you do it, as long as you do it.
Michael, you're welcome. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a great week, and I will see you a week from then. All right. Bye-bye. Have a great Saturday.